This is part 2 of Business Ideas with Paul Akers. I'm excited. The first one was amazing. I hope it blows you away. If you haven't watched part 1, it's right here. So let's go meet the legend, hear from Paul, and see what he has to say about business ideas and principles.
When you make a mistake and you have to redo something, it costs 10 times more than doing it right the first time. We teach our customers how to become world-class problem solvers. They bring us then the ideas. This came from a customer. And I want it to grow really fast, so I just start throwing money at it like crazy, borrowing money from the bank. Wrong. No marketing department, no sales department, no HR department.
Social media boosting.
We don't do any of that. Our customers do it all for us. If you do a great job of servicing your customer, the money is the byproduct.
For people that are out there looking on Google, what do I do? Where do I start? What do you tell them?
Yeah, well, the first thing I would do is tell them to become a lean thinker, because once you have the mechanics of how to think clearly, how to continuously improve, how to identify waste, the waste of looking for this somewhere, right? But why not have it right where you need it? Once you understand the mechanics of lean thinking, eliminating waste, continuous improvement, add magnets, make a folding handle, increase the size of this so that when you go to put the glue in, you're not struggling. Look how big this is. There's no glue bottle that has a lid that big, right? So once you understand this concept of continuous improvement, that is the first step. Don't go to Google. Change your mind and your philosophy about the way you approach life. That's the first step.
And get out of the house.
Get out of the house. Start becoming observant. When you come up with an idea, I always do a Google search and I put an image on the image tab, and then I see, I'll say whatever I'm looking for. I click the image tab rather than look through a bunch of verbiage, and usually images come up that will both give you ideas and identify whether or not somebody's already done it. You look at FastCap, it's a big company, but I made so many mistakes in the area and arena of scaling. So when I started FastCap, it started to grow and do really well. And I wanted it to grow really fast, so I just started throwing money at it like crazy, borrowing money from the bank. Wrong. You want to scale according to what you can afford. Now, this is not the MBA stuff. This is not the stuff they're going to teach you at Harvard. You want to scale slowly and consistently instead of rapidly, because when you do it rapidly, you're going to waste more money than you ever dreamed of, and you're probably going to get yourself in trouble. That's what I did. But I learned that lesson. So right now, if I have a great product, I still don't scale it fast. I let it mature so I can learn as it matures. Because I know it's a trap to grow fast. It is a trap.
Interesting. I've heard people in my world say, just scale as fast as you can.
Just the opposite. I would tell people just the opposite. Scale within your means, slowly, consistently, and learn.
But I want to make more money, Paul. It's too slow.
The problem is money is not the answer. The problem is you have the wrong ROI. You have the wrong qualifier. It is not about money. If you do a great job of servicing your customer, the money is the byproduct. That's what we've done here.
Service the customer.
We take care of the customer, and the money follows. Another one, that I think is relevant, and this is kind of a little bit off subject a little bit, but it's not, is in Japan.
Everything is on subject with people.
In Japan, they have bidet toilet seats. They say it's the most dignified place in the world. You walk in, you sit down in a public toilet, and the thing's washing your butt, blow drying you, and doing the whole 9 yards. And I always tell people, and people go, I go, let me get this straight.
They say that first.
You smear shit on your ass, and I wash shit off my ass. And you think my way is undignified?
Talk about ideas.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
so in Japan, every toilet has a bidet toilet seat. Every public 7-Eleven, you can't go anywhere, and they're beautifully clean. And why we're not doing that in the United States, I have no idea. But let me give you a great example of the application.
Here.
It's disgusting, right? But let me tell you a great example. So my mom's 95 years old, right? the best thing I ever did, and my brother takes care of my mom, the best thing my brother said I've ever done, the best thing we did taking care of her was put a bidet toilet seat on. If you're taking care of elderly people, what better way to do it? My mom goes in there, she's punching buttons, she's going, this is like, it's like going on a musical ride. I mean, she's like going to a Disneyland. She loves it.
Those are ideas.
And it makes it so easy for everyone. And so, could you imagine if you just took the bidet toilet seat idea and you focused and marketed it just to elderly people who are being taken care of by siblings or whatever? It would go crazy because it works. Everywhere it goes, it works. This is another one that's very interesting. So this is called a dually grommet. So in the world of grommets, for electrical grommets onto countertops, for all your cables to go into, they're only single-sided. It looks just like this. But
so cable goes through?
Yeah, cable goes through, but nobody ever finished off the underside. So
because it's inside the wall.
It's inside the wall, it doesn't matter. But a lot of times you want to pass cables from one cabinet to another cabinet. When you look inside, the finished side is only on one side. But when it comes out the other side, it's not finished and nice and neat. So we made a dually grommet. Nobody else is coming. There are huge grommet manufacturers all over the world, and nobody has thought of it. And this is a massive product for us.
Yeah.
And yet we're a small company in the grommet world, but we own this market because we looked at the problem and we solved it.
You've got problems all over, you guys. Figure out how to solve it. If it bugs you, that's a business idea.
Right.
If it bugs you, that's a possible income stream. It's a possible passion to solve a worldly problem. I mean, wow.
And then let me tell you something else, Paul, that's real important, because if people want business advice, don't get these grandiose ideas that I'm going to start selling my product on Amazon, I'm going to start doing all this crazy stuff. That's not what I would do. I would start small, get a website, start selling direct to the customer, learn what the customer wants. Eventually,
feedback.
Eventually if you get on Amazon, that's good. But I wouldn't say to myself, oh, I want to get worldwide distribution, I want to do all. You want small and compact. So I have a good friend, you might even know him, Dimitri. He works for me, and he's got a t-shirt business. He makes all these really bitchin' Russian t-shirts with all these Russian sayings. I don't know if you know who he is. He's got this booming business because he designs all these edgy sayings that are all in Russian, right?
Right.
And everybody digs him, and he's always coming up with a new one. And what he does is from 7 o'clock in the morning till 9:30, he fills all of his orders and makes his t-shirts. And at 10 o'clock, he shows up at my house, and he's a master gardener, and he takes care of my entire place. So he's got 2 jobs. He's got this rockin' business that he's killing it in. He's expanding. Everything's going great. And he's also the master gardener that takes care of my house. I just went to San Juan Island the other day and rented scooters. I paid $360 to rent scooters for 3 people. You go to Thailand, $7 a day. I mean, I'm going, how could it be that different? And the scooters are better in Thailand. So I would just look at that and say, I would have a scooter business. I would say, go see Bellingham, scoot around Bellingham and make it affordable so people can access it. But when you make it expensive, nobody's going to do it. Well, they figured out how to do it there, and their scooters are way better than the ones that I rented in Roche Harbor and over in Friday Harbor. I mean,
I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to start seeing everything in a different way.
I know.
And I hope you guys too.
The opportunities are endless. If I wanted to get into another, it didn't matter what business I would get into right now, it would succeed. Because I look at it through lean thinking. If I was a doctor and I wanted to open up a clinic for people to come in for health care, when I look at how inefficient the medical industry is run and how much waiting and how much bureaucracy is surrounded in the whole process of going to the doctor, I just say, if I got 3 doctors together and I was the business manager, and I said, I want to create a lean medical clinic, we would kill it. We'd put everybody out of business. They wouldn't even know it hit them. The cost would be half, the volume would be twice, and we'd be killing it, and the customers would be raving about us. We wouldn't advertise or anything because everyone's like, hey, go to Paul Akers Medical Clinic. There's nothing like it.
Are you going to start one?
No, because I have a great life, and I'm not going to mess that up right now.
You only have so much time in a day.
I'm 60 years old, and I have only 20 years before I'm in diapers, and someone's potentially wiping my ass or putting me on a bidet.
We need you around for
as long as we can. I know, but the point is, I have 20 years that I want to make sure are amazing. So here's another great example. This is called the hose reel. So when I want to get my vacuum hose out and come over here, I don't have to go back to my vacuum because remember, I've got my button right there and I'm vacuuming. Now I have to clean it back up. The biggest problem is rolling this bad boy back up.
All right, let me try it out. Let me try it out.
In seconds, you just roll it back up. You've got the whole thing done, just like that.
Boom. Shaved a couple, 20 seconds off my day.
Exactly, and no frustration, right? This is a big deal.
Here's the question though. So let's say somebody has that idea and they want to implement it. What do they do? I mean, where do I go? Where do I go and do that?
Okay, this is what you do.
That's where I get
stuck. The first thing you do, this is the first thing you do. You cobble together a sample. You cobble together a prototype. So I would take a piece of plastic like this.
Foam, whatever, okay.
Right? Take whatever you want, a piece of plastic, go down and get a piece of acrylic, mount it on there, take some super glue, heat up a piece of plastic, put a little piece of plastic on there, take some other product, clip off a piece, put it on there, and then put the glass on there and say, hey, it worked. Then once you've proven the concept, have someone design it up, 3D print it. This stuff is all easy. Print one out, try it, go through 4 or 5 iterations of it.
It's like, I give my kids crayons and they just play around, they build stuff. That's what you're talking about. It's
you want to run the experiment. We call it running the experiment. You should be running experiments nonstop. Now, here's another great example. This is a pocket chisel. This is not my idea. And this is a chisel for a carpenter. Well, you've never seen one of these before, right? Because all chisels have a rigid handle.
Right.
The problem is, what do carpenters do with them? They stick them in their apron, and then it cuts up your pants, your apron, dulls the blade.
Man, this is good
I know.
Stuff.
And then look at this. So we solved the problem. So now you put that in your pocket. Nobody's getting injured. The blade's always sharp. You pull it open, and you're ready. And that's the pocket chisel.
I mean, the idea you're talking about is, it's all around us now.
I know.
In that case.
It's all around us. That's the whole point. So, this is another great example. Check out this. I'm going to use the chisel as an example. So this is a push stick, right? So I'm pushing a wood through a saw. The problem is safety. You don't want to cut your fingers off. So you need to use a push stick. The problem is that thing's always laying down somewhere on the saw. But by simply putting magnets in the end of it, now it's sticking to the fence right where you do it. So you grab it and go. So it eliminated all the motion.
Wow. It's right in front of you the whole time.
And it always goes right back, right? So this is a product that is ancient. I mean, what is it? Hundreds of years old. People have been doing this. And now there's magnets embedded in them. And now this is like not popular, wildly popular. So the opportunity to improve, if you become an improvement maniac, if you become someone who observant, if you're laterally thinking about everything, how can I apply something here, over here? If you're fixing what bugs you, the possibilities, you can't contain them. Bob Taylor, Taylor Guitars, a good friend of mine, he taught me a great concept, and he just taught it to me not that long ago. People always say, oh my gosh, we need all these business opportunities. We need to grow our business. We need to figure out how to scale our business. And Bob says, no. You need to learn how to service your customer more, and the opportunities will come to scale your business. So it's just the opposite. And now it's coming from Bob Taylor. And if anybody knows what they're talking about, it's Bob Taylor.
Yeah.
Okay? I'll give you another example of what just happened. So I conveyed that principle that Bob taught me to a big construction company in Utah, 1,800 employees, huge company, right?
Massive.
And everybody in their industry is, how do we grow? How do we get more contracts? How do we get more? How do we do more? How do we do more, right? And so this particular guy says, no, we're going to apply lean. We're going to improve the quality of our product. So everybody else was focusing on growth. Brennan was focusing on quality. So he started focusing on quality over the last year and a half with his company, 1,800 employees. And now the way they do the work is so much superior to all the other contractors that now all the people who are letting the contracts go to the other contractor are coming to them and saying, we're taking the contract and giving it to you because we know you're going to do it right. So the idea of scaling the business, he didn't focus on scaling the business. He focused on the quality of what he did for the customer. And now, by default, the business is all coming to him, and he's laughing.
I would imagine the cost would be higher, though, right?
Oh, no, just the
quality's better.
Less defects. He's doing less rework. He's not having to...
So you got to factor that in. Yeah.
No, it's a huge deal. more times than not, when they do something, they're redoing it 2 and 3 times to get it right. Well, if he does it right the first time, he's not having to redo it. And there's a saying that when you make a mistake and you have to redo something, it costs 10 times more than doing it right the first time.
Right. My mind's blown away in terms of the simplicity of what you're talking about.
And what did I start this whole talk with? I said I'm a simple carpenter. I'm not a Rhodes Scholar. I'm a DNC student. What I did is I had a predilection to simplify everything to compensate for my deficiency academically, right? Wasn't the smartest kid, couldn't pass the test very well. So I had to find a way to simplify things. So I moved through life trying to simplify things and make things accessible for me. And in the process, I made the concepts accessible to everyone, hence my books in 19 languages. Our products are all over the world. Simplification attracts. Complication repels. You complicate something, you're going to push people away.
You guys hear that?
You simplify it, you're going to magnetize everybody to you. And everything I do is simple. Okay, so this is called a track system that carpenters are using worldwide. They use it with their skill saws to cut straight lines. So there's all these different models. There's a Bosch one, there's a DeWalt one, there's a Makita one. So one of our customers, again, learning lean thinking, learning product development concepts that we're talking about in this segment, says, the problem is if they get damaged or beat up, then they're worthless and they cost hundreds of dollars. So how do I effectively store that? So he comes up and he says, well, let's make a little rack that has a little cam on there and it comes off and now the thing's completely protected. Then the next question was, where do I put it? My shop is packed. I don't have a lot of room. Well, if I put it on my garage door, which is space that is not used, I can actually leave it on my garage door and watch this.
Man,
everything just goes up. It's area, it's space, minimalist, right? It's using space that would not normally be used, and now everything's supported, everything's perfect.
You know what's amazing is your customers that are buying your products are coming back to you and saying, we have a problem, fix it.
That's right.
More business. Yeah. Because you started with value. You started with treating your customers and taking care of them.
Here's the next thing, Paul.
I love it.
No marketing department, no sales department, no HR department.
Social media boosting.
We don't do any of that. So we don't do any of the Google AdWords. We don't do anything. Our customers do it all for us. And we respect our customers by paying them a royalty for these awesome ideas that they give us. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I really enjoyed this, Paul. And I know everyone watching this episode is going to be blown away. The most important thing we can do is execute on those principles you talked about.
It really, learn them, get them into your mind, and everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah. And check out our video. We did talk about Paul starting a business, FastCap, in more detail. So check out in the link below. There's going to be an episode about that. It's 2 episodes. Fascinating information as well. You're going to love it. Thank you, Paul.
Thank
really
you,
enjoyed
Paul.
it. Thank you. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode, to say the least. I'm here just hanging out with the rolls. I got the dark red mahogany. I've got the presidential roll with me. I'm rolling. Most importantly, I got the Polish brass. All right? That's how we roll. But coming back to Paul and what he was talking about, I think we should come back and rewatch it more and more and more, because what he's talking about needs to be really, really hammered in there. And once you get the principles that he's talking about, once you walk out the side of your house, anywhere you are, you're going to see business ideas, ways to solve problems, take care of your customer, whether that's your family or yourself, and make a living out of it. Remember, it's not about money. It's about taking care of your customer, whoever he is. Find that problem, focus on the solution, do something that bugs you, solve something that bugs you. And most importantly, we appreciate you watching this episode. Go back and watch everything else that, if you haven't already, link in the description below. Please smash that subscribe button, comment, engage with us. It helps with the YouTube algorithms. Don't forget, you've got friends in your world. They may benefit from this channel. Please share on your Facebook, Instagram, anywhere and everything. We're here to benefit you. We're here to help you start a business, grow a business, and not just a business, but a really, really successful one. Thank you for watching.